2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lou and Me podcast. Hey, Lou.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I want to go to bed.
Are you sleepy? It's late.
Yeah,
We're recording late. We don't normally record this late, but baby girl wouldn't go to sleep.
Yeah, what's that about? Why do they do that?
I don't know. She goes through these like weird, I think I've said this a lot of times, but I think really it just comes down to how they are actually separate from you and not part of you anymore. They have these little fits of clinginess.
Yeah.
Where they're like separation anxiety, I guess it would be
It's real rude. Feels rude.
Them feeling anxious because they're separated from you.
It does.
That's just because you're the kind of person who makes themselves lists of things they'd like to accomplish. And then when the baby prevents you from doing that, you feel bad, even though it's not your fault technically.
Yeah.
Or you feel like you failed your list that day.
Yeah, I have the to-do list of 3 things, and I rarely ever get the 3 things done.
The 3 things. I got 3 things. I just got 3 things to do.
Every day you pick 3 things.
Yeah.
From a main list. I didn't get any of them done.
I think that's actually a really good way to go about stuff. And when I have a particularly busy day, I'll just pick 3 things and go, okay, if I get these 3 things done, I'm going to feel good about the day.
Yeah.
But I don't always have 3 distinct things to do, right? A lot of times my work is like a continuous thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not, I have to just do this task and then I'm done. I guess I could break things down further.
Yeah.
But it's easier for me to think of things holistically, like, I need to finish my website. Mm-hmm. And then I know all the steps I need to take to get there.
Yeah.
I guess those steps are the 3 things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I should just do that.
I joined a club.
What's the club?
I founded a club and joined it.
Oh, yeah. Wait. That's different. You can't join a club you founded.
Yeah.
You already are in it.
Well, I mean, it takes more than just me as members to make it a club. So
who else is in this club?
Our 2 oldest. So Liam and Bryce.
Oh, is this
it's the spooky club.
This.
Yeah. Where we watch spooky shows separately and then we talk about them.
Oh, sort of like a book club.
Yeah. Today's Friday.
Shows. Yeah.
And so we started X-Files. And I've seen it all before. I usually watch them every summer.
You're like, I've seen it all.
I have. I've seen all 11 seasons, but the other boys haven't at all. So we're on season 1, episode 1 as of today. And it's going to be great.
Next thing you know, the Tooth Fairy's sniffing glue.
Anyways,
I've seen it a million times.
I've seen them a lot.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun because then they'll be able to talk. I'll be able to talk to them about it.
That sounds fun. I guess my invite just got lost in the mail, maybe. Like
you usually don't have time for shows, and we don't want to watch them at night and then have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So if we watch them during the day separately in our own spaces, and then we come together and talk about them when we're all done, it'll be fun.
Yeah, if I get to do any sort of entertainment value stuff during the day, it's usually like listening to a YouTube video or listening to a podcast or something. I don't really get to watch anything because I'm got 100 million windows open doing other garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing a whole bunch of other garbage.
Exactly. Sorry, go ahead.
No, we're on a Zoom call. You go.
No, you. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I had a pretty good week.
Oh, good.
Pretty decent week.
I had a run-in with a lady while I was dropping off donations.
A run-in?
Yeah, literally.
Oh, she ran into you?
Right into me. No mask.
Boom.
No nothing. She was so close behind me that when I turned around, we were chest to chest and she was holding pillows.
Well, she must have said, I'm sorry for bumping into you.
No, absolutely not.
Excuse me, please?
Nope.
Nothing. She said 0 things?
She said 0 things. Stared at the ground the whole time. No mask whatsoever. And I'm only half vaxxed at this point.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so I had to throw some swears because
what a fucking weirdo.
That's what you get from me now is you get sworn at
Well, I mean, I get
Still
like,
no response from the lady.
look, I get like bumping into somebody accidentally, but then you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Right.
Like when I bump into people, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so." Like one time, I bumped into somebody and it wasn't even my fault, and I apologized to them.
And that's what you do. That is a normal. That's a normally kind response. Even if it's not your fault, you say, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me." But no, there was nothing.
I kicked a guy in the chest because he was abusing his girlfriend, and I apologized. So sorry about that. So sorry about that, eh? Yeah, it just.
I wish I would have kicked her in the chest.
No, you don't.
But I do.
No, because people like that, get all litigious and stuff. Kicking
my
somebody.
mind-
I almost went to jail for protecting somebody from their boyfriend because that person then decided not to press charges. And so then they have to ask the dude, do you want to press charges against this guy for kicking you? Mm-hmm. Right? Fortunately, he decided not to. And also, fortunately, I didn't actually hurt him, just knocked him down.
Yeah.
But the cops are like, you can't go around doing that. What you did was the right thing, but it's the wrong thing. You can't do that. It's like morally right, but legally wrong. And I'm like, It's really frustrating because I can't just stand by and let that kind of stuff happen. It's just not in my nature. If I see like someone being hurt, and it doesn't have to be a boy hitting a girl or a girl hitting a boy, it can be any kind of like danger. I just don't have the ability to be like, oh, not my problem, and keep on walking, right? I've never had that ability. I've always been, Johnny on the scene. Oh, what the fuck's going on over here, bros?
Yeah, ever since I've known you, there was a car accident that happened right in front of us, and you were like, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're about to fight, but you were like, are you okay? And then they stopped being all hostile at each other.
Yeah, I just can't let stuff like that happen. It just doesn't feel right.
Well, I can't let any more people come near me without masks. I just can't. I can't let that happen to me anymore.
Yeah, I mean, until we have like at least 70% of the country vaccinated fully, it just feels like it's just playing with fire, you know?
It's
just safer. It's just safer to avoid people who aren't wearing masks because you can't know if they're actually vaccinated or if they're just taking advantage of the new rules, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. It was just one of those things where I felt scared. And so
Of course, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm very anxious around people now. And I've never been anxious around people.
Normally I just deal with that kind of like rudeness, right?
Yeah.
But this
feels different now.
It
hits different now.
Now it's like almost purposeful that people do certain things with no mask, and I'm just like,
It feels different now. It just doesn't feel the same as it used to. Like I could put up with more in the past, but now I'm like,
I don't want to leave the house.
Just get the fuck away from me, please.
Yeah.
Just back off.
I mean, it wasn't even her turn.
Yeah.
I was still doing my thing, and it wasn't even her turn yet because it's a pull-up.
I'm not surprised by that. Somebody who runs into you, doesn't apologize. Of course they're not going to wait their turn.
It didn't even like look at me. Like almost like I wasn't even there except for I was there. Like she ran into a pole is how she reacted. Just like she just kind of bounced off and kept moving. And I'm like, what in the hell?
That's weird.
I'm like, effing back up. Like I just was... just came out.
Why did you
and Bryce
censor
is like,
yourself right now?
Because I'm in a censored mood right now. And Bryce had already helped, and it was pouring ass rain too. And Bryce had already helped me, and he was back in the car, and he could hear me in the car. So
you're like, what the fork, lady? What their shirt is with you?
Anyways,
one time,
then full on panic attack in the car. And so now she can't move because she pulled in behind me. She can't move around me because there's a barrier thing there.
Right.
But I can't drive because I'm so mad I'm seeing stars.
Yeah.
And then now Bryce has to comfort me in the car. And it was a mess. And then a couple of the employees from the donation place come out and like, oh God, it was horrible. And I felt terrible for yelling, but at the same time, I'm scared now.
Well, the whole thing ate at you for the rest of the day, didn't it?
Yeah. And then the next day, and now I'm feeling it again. So.
Oh no!
I don't like it.
We've resurfaced the pain.
I don't like it. It makes me mad.
One time during the pandemic, I had to run into a Kroger.
You mean during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not recently,
during the current pandemic.
Yeah, during the current. Sorry, you're right. No, you're right.
It's still going.
One time I was in the grocery store and I had to go in there at a time of day that I don't feel safe going in there typically, but I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. And I think I accidentally left my phone going and you guys heard.
Oh yeah, you butt dialed me or something. But
Pocket this lady without a mask was getting really close to me. And I was like, can you back off? Like just back off. And she looked me in the eye, threw her groceries on the floor, and then stomped out of Kroger mumbling about, I'll get my groceries some fucking other place. And then I'm like, what in the hell?
Like that escalated quickly.
Very quickly. I mean, I wasn't kind. I wasn't like, hey, could you please back up? I was like, back off. Right? Like it was clear and firm. But she just jumped straight to I don't need any of these groceries that I have in my arms. Boom. She threw them on the floor. And other people were like, no, what is happening? And I'm like, I don't know. I just asked her to back up. I think I had marks on the floor for a reason. She was like right by my elbow, breathing on my shoulder, and I'm like, back off. It's so weird. All right.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty if they're going to act like this.
Yeah, no, it's really wearing on my mental health having to deal with other people right now.
Because for the last year and a couple months, we've been following the rules of 6 feet away, or
we got to stop calling it following the rules, because that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because it's kind to others, not because somebody said we have to.
Okay, right, but they came up with guidelines, right? They said 6 feet away.
Guidelines of kindness is what I like to think of them
Wear
as.
a mask or two.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
A mask or two. I don't think no, they did say 2 at one point, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it was only, hey, you need to wear 2 masks now, a paper one under your cloth one. Yeah. It was only like a couple of months ago.
Well, it was before the vaccine, right?
Now they're saying, oh, just go ahead, if you're fully vaxxed. How do you know that people are fully vaxxed?
Well, see, that's the thing is the data is saying that the vaccine is very effective.
Okay, but
at preventing not only you catching the virus, but also you spreading it, right? But the problem is the real concern that most people have and are upset with CDC's current thing is that it's made it so that people who weren't wearing masks before and have no intention of getting vaccinated can just go, oh yeah, I'm totally vaccinated. I don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Yeah.
And businesses can't do anything.
Right.
Because they can't just go, oh, show us your vaccination card, because those can be forged. Like there's no way to even prove you've been vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
So it's just this huge mess up. It was a big mistake to say.
Horrible mess.
Big mistake.
And now there's it, if they were bitchy about it before, about, being smirky like that one guy about people wearing masks, now there's people harassing people wearing masks.
Yeah.
So what the holy F? Okay, I'm done. I'm over it.
Yeah. No, we're not over it. We won't be over it for a while. Well, let's get. Do you have a
quote of the week?
Da-da-ba-ba-bas.
Nope.
I'm quoting it.
Nope.
Is that even legal? We might have to cut that out. I don't think that's legal.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Quote of the week.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm quoting it. Okay. If you're tired of arguing with strangers on the internet, try talking with one of them in real life. Barack Obama. I just love it. I love that quote so much. 2017, he said that in his farewell address. It's good. It's a really good quote. And it's relevant to what we've got going on today. Yeah. I miss that guy as president. He just always felt, I don't know, maybe it's because the guy after him sucked so bad, but I just remember him like being so presidential.
Yeah.
Like what you think of as like,
a normal or
good, bad, or indifferent. He didn't ever come out and be like making fun of people or, you know what I mean? He took the high road as much as possible. Yeah.
And he held others to a higher standard, and he handed out dignity, and all
right. The thing of the week is a Reddit question.
Oh, yeah.
What restaurant have you sworn to never return to and why? And it's got 4,982 comments. I'm not going to read I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just going to read some of the top ones. So here's one. Went to Applebee's and found a legit bee in my mashed potatoes. The waitress laughed and said, "Wonder if that's where they got the name." Then tried to accuse me of putting it in there and refused to get the manager.
What?
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucked.
Oh my God.
Oh, here's another one. Applebee's.
Why are these all Applebee's?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Maybe. I was sat by the hostess, then waited 20 minutes to get my drink order taken.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
It seems weird. Eventually, the manager brought them out, and 20 minutes later, the server took our food order. Why did you stay? Yeah. That's 40 minutes to get your food order. I think that 20 minutes is hyperbole.
Yeah. We've sat
for 5 minutes, and I'm like, worth it.
We've sat before, and then we're just like, okay, this is taking too long. We got to go.
Then she disappeared for a half an hour and went to find the manager again, and he couldn't find her. So he brought the food, then ignored us again, too. I left a tip, but it was 2 pennies and a soggy straw wrapper making a frowny face. Now, this is shitty. If this really happened 20, 20, and 30, right? That's 70 minutes, right? If that actually happened, they sat there for 70 minutes, it's kind of on them a little. I don't wait more than 10 minutes for the waitress to show up, and then I'm like, okay, they're too busy clearly, or they don't have help. Let's just go somewhere else. I'm not gonna sit for 70 minutes to wait for fucking subpar Applebee's food. Jesus.
But what if you've settled, you know how like you have a hankering for something and then you go to that place and you're like, all right, and you settle in and you really want it really bad. It's hard to change.
But have you ever had a hankering for Applebee's? Case rested. Case rested, Your Honor. I came here expecting a few different local restaurants, but apparently Applebee's is run by a council of the most inept owners gathered from all the worst episodes of Kitchen Nightmares. Is this an anti-ad for Applebee's? Who paid this? TGIF Fridays? This is all Applebee's. In Applebee's, waitress tried to convince me their new recipe, air quotes, nachos didn't include cheese. When I requested cheese, I was given a plate with 2 melted cheese slices on it. Never again. And the top comment on that is that they aren't nachos. What the fuck?
No. What nachos doesn't have cheese? Or,
Maybe like a dessert nacho? I don't know. Isn't that the whole conceit of nachos? Is that they're cheese and chips?
Cheese.
Like you can put other stuff on it, but it's all superfluous,
everything else
right?
is variable, but except for the chips and cheese.
Here's a good one. Applebee's.
It's all Applebee's.
Our server was snotty and rolled her eyes when we asked politely for silverware and napkins with our pasta. After she dropped off the check, she abandoned our table for over a half of an hour for a smoke break. She was clearly visible through a window, just chatting and smoking with the other cooks. She didn't get much of a tip from us, but we found out later that she gave herself a nice fat $25 tip on the card we paid with. Luckily, we kept a copy of the receipt and took it directly to the manager, who was a total piece of work. That reminds me of that time that we tried to get Domino's, and if you get Domino's with no cheese and just veggies, it's pretty close to vegan, right? Mm-hmm. So we went to Domino's and we ordered I think 3 large pizzas, no cheese. I said, no cheese at all. Please, nothing. No cheese. Don't put any cheese on this.
No cheese of any kind.
No cheese of any kind. And they put Parmesan cheese on all of the pizzas.
They still put a type of cheese on there.
And then I said, this is supposed to be no cheese. And the guy looks me right in the eyes and he said, it says no cheese, not no Parmesan cheese. And I said, what is Parmesan cheese, friend? It's right in the name there. Is that not a kind of cheese? He's like, it's not pizza cheese. And it's like, all right, look, can I just see the manager? I just want to get a refund. And he goes, I am the manager. Just like that. And I was like, oh, Christ. Can I just have a refund then? He's like, I can remake the pizzas for you. And I'm like, and you won't put any cheese on them? He's like, I won't put any pizza cheese on them. And I was like, just give me a refund. That one made me really mad because we would waited for about a half an hour to get those pizzas made. And then they still had cheese on it. And really, even if I go 0 cheese, not a cheese, no cheese, Zippo cheese, no Parmesan cheese, no mozzarella cheese, no cheddar cheese, no nacho cheese, no Velveeta. Even if I named every cheese, don't put Gruyere on there, nothing. I don't want Fremunga. Okay, don't put any of those cheeses on there. He would have still put cheese on there because the receipt will only say no cheese. It won't say all the things I said.
I don't understand.
I don't know why I just got so angry about that again.
Because that's not good customer service. That's terrible.
Applebees. I finally learned to microwave my own food. Because Applebee's is just microwaving your food apparently. Part of being a responsible adult is structuring your life in such a way that you never are in the position of having to eat at Applebee's. I came here to say Applebee's, but it seems you guys have it covered. I live in Switzerland, but if I ever came back in the U.S., Applebee's simply to fit in.
Oh, goodness.
Applebee's, their steaks have changed, and now they're always dry and full of grizzle. Applebee's had a chicken salad, got home, puked up nothing but the lettuce. Called in sick for 3 days. Dear God. Applebee's is the reason I don't have a dad.
Whoa. What?
It's too far, man. Whoa, bro. Whoa, dude.
Is there any more to that?
No, that was the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Applebee's. We went there for karaoke Thursdays, and it was just one guy with a bucket hat on that monopolized the entire karaoke session and would sing every song thinking he was the shit. He was terrible, though, but no one from Applebee's would give anyone else a chance. Food is just okay. Nothing special, and the alcoholic beverages can get a little costly. See, this karaoke thing, though, not Applebee's. That's not their fault. You're mad at that guy. You're mad at that karaoke hog. You know, I think like if I was a little high and I went to a karaoke, I probably wouldn't give it up either. Yeah, right. And I'd be like, dust in the wind. And people would be like, he sang that 10 times already. I think that's the only song he knows, really. And he doesn't even know the whole thing, just that opening.
Let's take our cheeseless nachos elsewhere.
Let's take our basket of chips and go. Stupid. What a dumb yeah, these are all Applebee's. All right, let me tell my story.
Yeah, you have a major one.
It's not the Domino's story, and this is a little bit of a longer story, but this is why I never eat at Cracker Barrel.
Dun 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 dun.
Scene. Hi. I would like to return this rocking chair. It doesn't, why? Sorry, because it doesn't fit in our space. Well, I'll have to get the manager. Okay. 5 minutes pass. What do you need here? The manager asks me. This man wants to return a rocking chair, sneers the cashier. Why? Hi, sorry, it doesn't fit in our space. Oh, well, I'll have to get the keys from a manager. The manager takes my receipt and mumbles something, then I'll be right back. I watch her slowly walk over to a group of other Cracker Barrel employees, stop and talk, showing my receipt and vaguely pointing towards me. I can barely hear the others. Oh my, and why in the world? She continues this for 3 minutes, then slowly makes her way out of sight. She's gone for another 8. At this point, I have been in the store for 16 minutes and some change. There was no line, and I made sure to come on a slower weekday to avoid a crowded restaurant. She reappears. At this point, I can feel the impatience bubbling to the surface. I'm keeping it together the best I can, as this is a small shop and I'm already physically imposing on it. She doesn't come straight to me. She makes a 5-minute pit stop to talk to another customer that is cashing out. They discuss his morning and she scolds him for not wearing his sling, which he has a long excuse for. This ends with a lingering hug and a goodbye. Come on, where is this chair? She says as she stomps past me. I say it's right through here and I lead her to my van. I pull the chair from the back and it has all the tags on it. She inspects it and says, "Why are you returning this?" I say, "I don't like it. It's ugly." My irritation bursting at the corners of my mouth. "Well, bring it up to the porch and I'll chain it while you go inside to get a refund," handing me my receipt. I carry it across the parking lot onto the porch and set it down. "Thanks," and I slip inside. Once inside, I hand my receipt to the original cashier, who takes it, glances at it, and then looks blankly at me and says, "What do you want?" I can feel the redness of frustration flushing itself through my cheeks. The other employee told me to bring it in here for a refund. "Do you have your card?" "Swipe it," she says as I pull it from my wallet. "It's not taking it. Swipe it again," she continues. I swipe the card again. "Nope, it's not taking it. It's refusing this debit card." "It's not a debit card," I say. "It's a credit card." "Oh, well, you have to type in the number then." "How?" I say, bewildered as I look at the card reader that has no way to input anything, much less numbers. She grabs the machine and pushes a button that brings up a touchscreen number field. I start to input my number. I get to the penultimate set of 4 digits, and she pushes the button on the cash register that runs the card. "It's not taking it. Says the number is bad." "I wasn't done inputting the number. Why did you run it?" My brow is beginning to lower into its anger stance. "I thought you were done. Type your number again," she rolls her eyes. At this point, her tone has changed from irritated to rude. She's frustrated with me, even though she's made all the mistakes up until this point. She just smiles smugly. She does it again. Time is no longer something I'm aware of. The ringing in my ears is deafening and I'm losing focus. After what seems like infinity more attempts, we finally get the card to run, and now she wants my name, phone number, email, and home addresses to finalize the refund. As always, I write NA in all the fields. "You'll have to put real info in, sir," she snips. "I would like to just get my refund and go. Could we please expedite this?" "Can I have a manager up here, please?" she chirps into her headset. The P in please making a harsh P sound over the speakers, which causes a sharp burst of static and feedback. Other customers begin to take interest in the whole ordeal. A third woman appears as if by magic, and with the wave of her hand and a friendly nod, she initials the receipt, thus waiving the need for me to give my personal information, and then she disappears into the crowd as I wait for my final receipt to print. "Please sign this," the cashier says, sliding me a pen. I look down and I see the signature spot above the line. "I agree to pay this total." Fuck me. I question this. As I'm asking for a refund, not buying something. "You have to sign it." I cross out the "I agree" bit and I write in "for a refund" and I sign my name. She hands me my receipt. I grab it and flee. I feel the sweat of conflict-driven anxiety pooling, vision blurring. I feel lightheaded. "Have a nice day, sir," she sing-songs with more vinegar than honey. As I reach the first set of doors, I hear her follow up, quieter than the first, but loud enough to hear, and drop dead. Now I would have left, continued my day if that had been a "fuck you" or "asshole," but drop dead? I could not let that go. That was a real curse, not just a curse word. I spun on my heels. What did you just say? Drop dead? Customers staring now. She broke eye contact like a child caught. I didn't say anything. You said drop dead as I was walking out. You thought I was out of earshot. Please get a manager right now. I'm final boss Karen in this moment. I didn't say that, she demanded. Manager, please. A calm washing over me. My breath was steady. I had the high ground. Can I get a manager to cash station 1, please? More a question than a request. The same woman from before, the magical one. What can I do for you? This woman told me to drop dead as I was leaving. I describe her face as an equal mixture of shock, disgust, and disappointment. The way your mom looks at you when inevitably you've said something mean directed at her while in your teens. I didn't say that. Ask her. She pointed to another cashier who turned away. I assume not wanting to have any part of this. Smart move. Can I walk you out, sir? I'm very sorry about this. The manager tried to guide me out. She begged my forgiveness and asked me to come back and let her buy me a meal. A pittance, but a good first step. I appreciate that, but I'm not coming back. Being mad is one thing, but wishing death on someone for no reason is an entirely different thing. She did her job and got me out of there. Great manager. Just a damn shame she has such a hateful person working for her. And that, friends, is why I never go to Cracker Barrel. That's a true story.
True story. That's awful. Okay.
It was really bad. It's literally one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in a customer service situation. Mm-hmm. I've had run-ins with customer service before because I don't have a lot of patience for like the whole, back and forth bureaucracy red tape thing when I know that if they just go get a manager, we can just get this solved and I can be on my way, right?
And I know originally that's why people do that. That's why people go, can I just see someone who's actually in charge?
Yeah.
Who holds a higher position than this person standing in front of me.
I always ask the person in front of me if they start to give me any amount of, no, we can't do this for you, because I don't engage with customer service unless I have to. I'm not the kind of person who's like, I bought these 3 apples and they tasted gross, so here's the cores I want a refund. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just when I really actually need a refund, right?
Right.
And so, if they just start now, can we just get the manager? Because I know the manager is just going to come up and be like, yep, no problem, get you out of here.
Right.
Right? Because they don't want this.
Yeah,
to happen.
exactly.
But this is the worst encounter I've ever had, other than, I guess, well, but that doesn't really count. Banks don't really have customer service. They're just a-holes to everybody. I kicked a bank like trash or not ashtray.
/ trash can. I think that's what it was.
I just kicked it like, gee shucks. Like I was pissed, but it like banged up against the door and like chipped it or whatever.
That must have been scary.
I was like 25 years old or something. I was really angry about the bank. Like they had stole money from me.
How does the bank? Oh, but like late fees and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's theft. That's theft because they don't. This is what pisses me off about it. If you carry a certain amount of money in the bank and never go below that amount, there's no fees for you, even though you could afford the fees.
Right.
But when you can't afford the fees and you inevitably go, then they start charging you $35 overdraft fee. Look, I overdraft because I don't have $35.
Right. It's
that's
terrible.
It wasn't 35 back then. It was like 15 back then or something. But
it's still not okay to fee somebody like that.
No, you should not be charging fees to the poorest people. Charge people who are holding a ton of money in your bank.
I mean,
instead of giving them more money, which is what happens, right? Take a little bit of that and then just spread the wealth. Robin Hood us.
They can't do that.
No, they can't, but they should. Eat the rich. So that's my story about. Is there a restaurant you would never go to again?
I don't know.
Other than Cracker Barrel, just out of support. Yeah. Also, they don't really have any vegan options
No,
there anymore.
once
So
we-
it was really easy to say I'm never going.
Yeah, once we turned vegetarian, it was really hard. It was always really hard to go into there anyways because they have animal heads on the walls.
Oh yeah, their decor isn't.
And our Bryce at the time was little, and he was like, "Oh, I can't be in here." And I was like, "I know, buddy. We need to look the other way or something." He goes, "No, but really, for sure, I can't be in here."
Yeah.
So we didn't really always go there, anyways.
Yeah. No, just a few times over the course of a few years. It's not like we were like every Sunday, hey, Cracker Barrel, you know?
Right, exactly. But every once in a while, we used
every
to
once
like
in a while
to go
we're
out
like,
to eat.
We're like, oh, we want to get some mashed potatoes and what were those,
was
cheesy rice or something they
Yeah,
had?
and
I
it was
can't remember.
biscuits and stuff.
Yeah,
and so-
biscuits. The biscuits was the thing.
yeah. But then shortly before Fred was born, we were just like, we'll just go completely vegan. We can't eat out anyways, so we'll just...
Yeah, we're having trouble. Well, now there's a lot more vegan option eateries. Not so much in Memphis, but other places.
Yeah.
Nashville had a few that we used to frequent.
Oh,
vegan.
the Southern V.
Yeah, the Southern
I
V.
miss the Southern V. I would drive 4 hours to go to the Southern V.
Oh, you would drive all the way back to Nashville for it?
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but I would.
No, I think I might.
They just had another baby too.
Their food is like every time we would go there, I'd think, oh, it's not going to be good. Like one of these times it's just going to suck.
Nope.
We're going to, and then every time it was excellent. Every time.
The one time, we've been there many times, but
Yeah.
the one time I get the same, I was
they gave you a
getting
little
the
bit
same.
spicier.
And one time the mac and cheese, the vegan mac and cheese was a little too peppery. I'm not a fan of pepper.
Right.
And it was a little too peppery. I still ate it.
You did still eat it.
I still ate-
Yeah,
I
but you
still
were a
ate
little
it.
disappointed.
It's the Southern V, man.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then they also
it's my
had
favorite place.
Slim and Huskies, which had vegan pizzas, flatbread
Yeah.
pizzas, and they had this peach mustard sauce, delicious. And then what was the other place? Falcon Coffee Bar with the empanadas,
yeah.
the vegan empanadas.
The Falcon Coffee Bar.
That's the only thing I miss about Nashville.
I know.
The only thing is those three restaurants.
Is that every once in a while you would go, okay, get ready, we're going to go. And I'm like, where are we going to
Oh
go?
yeah, because we had to drive pretty far to get to them because
Yeah.
we were in Hendersonville.
But you take me to the vegan coffee bar or the Falcon Coffee Bar,
Yeah.
and then a little Southern V. And that was great.
Yeah.
I miss it. I would drive 4 hours from here
I think I would drive 4 hours for those empanadas.
to go to there.
Those spinach empanadas, those were good.
Yeah,
I would drive 4 hours for the Southern V too.
you would.
Yeah. Like,
Like this summer, would you?
yeah, in the summer.
Whoa.
In the summer, I would. Although I don't know if I would during the pandemic,
Oh,
but maybe. Let's see how it
they
goes.
take it out to your car now. You
Oh,
don't
they
have to
do?
go in.
Oh, you don't have to go in? Oh, then yeah, I would. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we can go this summer.
Oh, you're the best.
I'm not the best, but we can go this summer.
Sweet.
Okay.
Awesome. I love you.
Oh, well, I love you too. The Lou and Me podcast is a Matthias Source production. The song is No Carpets by the New Forevers. Produced and edited by Moose. Hosted by Lou and me.
Thanks for listening.